Hello. Guess what? My voice is tired. So this is funny. You might have seen I did a video about the Don't Me I'm Scared thing. Because I felt like I don't know I wanted to talk about it or at least discuss it before the Donkey Kong Direct, and then I just recorded a reaction to the Donkey Kong Direct in which I screamed and did some stuff that made my voice hurt now. But guess what? I didn't set up OBS properly because I'm not used to OBS, and you could barely hear me over the direct audio. So yeah, I guess I'm just not gonna upload that. Um, Sorry for everyone who wanted to see my reaction. In case you're wondering, the thing I screamed most at was the amiibo because, man, I just walk into it. I try not to be cringy, and then I don't know. I don't know what to do. I love amiibos. What can I say? I like them. Though it's kind of funny because actually on closer inspection, I'm not actually like. I mean, it's a good looking amiibo. It looks good, but it's not like so good that like, oh, I gotta drop everything and buy. Especially if it's gonna be like 25 or $30, like some of these other amiibos are. I don't actually know if I'm gonna buy it. So I don't know. It's funny. That's what. Whoa. Sorry, that was my phone. So it's just funny. That's what I reacted most to because, yeah, I don't know. Upon actual closer inspection, I don't even know how much I'll buy that. I'm just happy because I miss collecting amiibos, and they don't make that many first-party ones anymore. So just that was nice. So aside from fake China plastic molded to be characters I like, what else did I think about the Direct? That's what I'm gonna discuss. I'm not gonna talk too much because, like I said, my throat hurts. Kind of want to go back to sleep, and on top of that, I kind of don't want to analyze it too hard. Right after the Direct was over, I kind of started doing that, and then I realized like I don't really want to do that. There's some shots in here I'm content with seeing the once. So yeah, as a whole, I discussed this a bit in my pre-reaction thing I did, which again is unusable now. Sure is fun. Love OBS. Basically, it's Donkey Kong Bonanza is easily my most anticipated game of the year, but on top of that, though, I did have some caution regarding how the game was during Treehouse and some demo stuff. It was getting a bit mixed reception, and my main theory as to why was because we still didn't know what the collectibles did, which seems to be, the main thing about the game. If you're playing a collectathon where you don't know what your collectibles do, it can kind of feel a little aimless, which I imagine is what it felt like for some people demoing it. So my main hope was just with this Direct, everything would kind of, click together, make a bit more sense, and it definitely does. As well as also not making sense at the same time. It's a bit of both. So obviously the biggest thing to be revealed is Pauline, which, it sure is a bummer. South Korea. South Korea leaked that pretty much the day of. I feel like April 2nd, South Korea just hit us with that picture of Pauline in the game, which, I don't know, was maybe a surprise. And it's very weird. It's kind of funny. I feel like I should just be 100% like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm also kind of like, that's so weird. Like, it's just something about that. It's so weird. Like, it's just very, I don't know. Like, it's cool. It's definitely cool, and I like that it's different. And I like, the stuff they've shown regarding it. I like that she sings. I'm curious if it'll be the same voice actress or not for Mario Odyssey, but I was trying to think about this. I feel like that dynamic of like, I don't know, like a character like that, taking care of like a kid, like I don't think that's ever been in a Nintendo game, really. Like, it's so strange. It's like Nintendo's version of like a God of War or a Last of Us. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, it's a bit different, but it's still, I don't know, it's so weird. It's just so weird. And a part of me still doesn't fully know how to feel about it, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things I think I have to get used to. Or I need to just kind of play the game and see how it works in regards to the story, and especially considering she'll be fully voiced with presumably quite a bit of dialogue. You know, I have to kind of see how they write her as a character. Because yeah, at this moment in time, it's very weird. It feels weird. It's good. It's not bad. It's good. It's just weird. So yeah, that was the big thing. Uh, Aside from that, you know, they showed a bit more kind of how the level works. I do really like that they confirmed here that basically every level is you going deeper and deeper and kind of a big kind of not interconnected, but you know, it's all part of the same general world that you're just diving deeper into. That was kind of what I think, you know, I mean, I don't know, I didn't really come to that on my own. That was other people that sort of speculated that, but I think that's a really cool idea. I like that a lot. I think that's a really fun structure for the game. It makes me very excited to progress through the game because, you know, I think just that idea of like, you know, like, oh, you know, deeper you go, who knows what you'll find. You know, that's just an inherently very fun idea that has me very excited. You know, it's funny, I said in the reaction video, but the thing it made me think of course, is Pikmin. You know, Pikmin caves, that's kind of how they work. You know, you go deeper and deeper into the caves, and deeper you go, the more dangerous they get, the more treasures you find. Love it so much. Everything good in this world flows through Pikmin. You know that line in BioShock when you go through the through the tunnel that says all good things flow through the city. It's like real life, but with Pikmin. And no, it's not a cult. I swear. But anyway, yeah, I think that looks really cool, and I'm glad they didn't show too many levels off. I mean, I'm hoping they didn't. You know, we really only saw like, I feel like we only saw like one new level here. You know, the one with all the watermelons and the fruit. I feel like that's the only real new level we saw. Everything else we saw before. And I don't know, I'm kind of hoping it's like Mario Odyssey, you know, maybe at least like a dozen or so levels. You know, hopefully some post-game. You know, I'm definitely hoping that wasn't every level, but I guess we don't know for sure. But yeah, aside from that, they also showed that in general, it seems like there'll be as many collectibles in this game as there was in Mario Odyssey. You know, they showed like a list of all the golden bananas, or they have a new name now. I can't remember what it is, but you know, and there was like 50 or something in a level, so like, I don't know, it'll be kind of like Mario Odyssey in that regard, which does have me excited because I love collectathons. I love getting a bunch of stuff, and this game will be very good for that. Speaking of getting stuff though, they showed costumes which look cool. I like that you can change his fur color. The thing I'm a little cautious about is that the costumes will give you abilities. This was kind of one of those things that I think everyone kind of thought about in regards to a Mario Odyssey 2. Like, you know, like what if they do Mario Odyssey, but this time the costumes actually change things. And, well, that's definitely a cool idea, and it could make for some good stuff. It does have me a little nervous because I like customizable things being based around just how they look. And that does have me a little concerned, like, what if, you know, you play the game and you pretty much only choose the costumes that give you the best stats, you know, and it kind of makes everyone's playthrough the same. That's my only real concern in regards to that. They did show that I think costumes can be upgraded, because next to, like, the names, they had, like, levels. So that's definitely cool. I'm very curious to see what that'll do. And again, I'm very surprised, along with that, Pauline gets costumes too. It's just, it's so weird. The whole Pauline thing is so weird. It was funny in my reaction video. I like, you know, they're showing all this new stuff, and I was just still so fixated about the whole Pauline thing. I'm like, how am I supposed to process anything else? It's just so weird. I gotta admit, I'm a little sad because I really liked Odd Rock. I liked him a lot. I was really getting attached to him. I even had plans to like kind of make my own version of Odd Rock, and I'm a little bummed that it seems like he's only in the game for like the first 10 minutes. Is it wrong I kind of wanted him more than Pauline? Like I was kind of more into Odd Rock being on your shoulder rather than Pauline the whole game. I know I'm objectively wrong. I know Pauline is more interesting, but I liked Odd Rock. He looked like a rock Pikmin. And I'm a little sad he exploded. All the emotions. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel a little deflated. Not deflated. That's not the word I'm looking for. My throat hurts. I have a lot of things to process. The game looks great. It was a lot. Did you enjoy it? Let me know. Have a good day. I need to drink some nice herbal tea or something. Process all this information. Did you see that you could carve rocks in the game? That looked cool. You know, they were showing all these things you could carve. My first thought was you gotta carve a Pikmin into that. They need to announce that Pikmin 4 update already. I'll see you guys later.